Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Roastland Podcast. Well, Bronze Reaper Podcast. How's everyone doing? Today we got a reaction video. Well, we're not a reaction, a review, a movie review, first movie review actually on the blockbuster Sinners. If you haven't seen it, you got to see it. It's a very, very great movie, and I think we're gonna start doing reviews on movies. Definitely, definitely blockbusters, black blockbusters. Um, Today we're gonna talk the likes, the dislikes, the gems, the hidden gems. I mean, the hidden gems, and also theories. What I seen out of it, what I liked about it. The first thing we're gonna talk about is the characters of the movie. Let me type in Sinners. The movie. I personally been waiting for this movie probably for like 3 months. I heard about this movie in January. I was like, yo, I want to see this movie. This is the movie I want to see. And also right now I got my screen that you can this screen right here. This one right here on top. So I can see it right here, but I'm also going to look at it right here. This movie right here was a very great movie. We're going to look at the cast that they have in what I think of the cast. Oh, that's my gaming. We got actually all right, let's do the bigger one. Let's do the YouTube one. So of course we got Mary. That's the mulatto girl, the high yellow, almost bright, bright, almost white girl. I heard she's a black American, but it doesn't matter. Well, Tanzania. She's from Tanzania. Um, she's cute. She was like I don't think she was the main character. I think she was the co-host, the main character. She's great. She did a good job. She did her thing. This is the girl that basically if we're gonna remind her of anything, we're gonna remind her of a trick baby. If anybody don't know what a trick baby is, it's these white people that go in these black room. I mean, these white people go in that white rooms that were raised by black people who showed the game and go back and tell black people what's going on. That's a trick baby. If you've never seen the movie, definitely go see. Ice Cold. I mean, Iceberg Slim wrote the book and the movie. I think. The next person was Michael B. Jordan. He did his thing as always. And I must say this: Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan makes great fucking movies. They make great movies. You know. I think he did Creed. I know Coogler did Black Panther. He did Fruitvale Station. That was another great movie, and they did that without money. I mean, they didn't. They did that without a big contract. In this story, he's a. I mean, this. If you didn't see it, I'm just going to give you the rundown of the movie. Um, Michael B. Jordan. He and this. There was two twins. There was a twin that who was in love with somebody, but he was kind of crooked. Everything was about money. Then there was another guy who was just cold. He was just a cold person, but at the end of the day, um, he was a cold person, but he tried to be lenient with people. That's what I got out of it. This one. So he was the main character, and it was great. The two twins, they were identical twins. You couldn't tell which one was which. So that was super dope. The next one is this Nigerian guy. I forgot. Yeah, she's from Nigeria. Her name is Owami Masku, if I'm saying it right. I used to go out with a girl like that. I just call her Ole. You know, she was great actually. She didn't really have the southern voice, but she was great. Like I could tell, I was like, nah, there's something up. She don't look African. They put in or they let me tell you what they did. I think they made her a little bit more darker than she was. And it's cool, you know, if she can play the part, let her play the part. You know, she played a great part of it too. She was one of the twins' girlfriend, longtime girlfriend. They were in a relationship and stuff. He always looked out for her. He loved her as she loved him. You know, there wasn't Bonnie or Clyde, but she knew hoodoo, not voodoo. Voodoo is a little bit different. If any black Americans do voodoo, it's mostly probably maybe Geechee. Maybe. Because there's some of us that do voodoo. My grandmother did hoodoo and maybe a little bit of voodoo. She was Geechee. She played a good role of the other significant. You know, I loved her. I'm gonna say this. I loved her at this part. Even though I know she's African and you could have found a black woman could have played this role, I think she had the look. And it's because of the makeup that they put on her. And I think it was great. You know, so would I change her? No, absolutely not. Um, with Ryan Coogler, what he was doing, I'm glad he actually, I seen the picture. And I see what he was trying to do. He was trying to get one of those old school Southern women where you could say she's like an auntie. She always give you that good advice. She always tell you she was a strong black woman. She was that strong black woman. Let me play my part and let me do my thing. And like with the light skinned one, we just seen the Holly Stanfield, whatever her name is. She was the black the white complex problem. She kind of had that because she was always trying to protect one of the twins. She always tried to protect him over everything. You know, that's the type of love she had for him, where she will protect him no matter if it's he hates her or love her. At the end of the day, she's always gonna protect him. The next one was Lu Jun Lee. That was the her name was Grace. She was the mother. Was she the mother? Hold on, give me a second. I'll tell you. I think she was the mother. Yeah, I think she was the mother where let's look at this. Stack's ex-girlfriend. Yeah, she was the wife. She was the wife of the shopkeeper of the shopkeeper. She played a very important role, and the reason why I say she plays a very important role because she was the one that like basically made the signs, basically had everything in order while the father did all the work. They were a team. Then you had Delroy Lindo. He was a piano man, you know, boom, 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 you know, doing his thing, singing. And I think he played a harmonica outside. So definitely he played a very important role because at the end of the day, he was, to me, this is why I say he was very important. He was very important because at the end of the day, he was pimping everybody to game. What niggas didn't know about these vampires was he already knew. He already knew that they were the devil. He already knew that there was going to be like, oh yeah, there's going to be a problem. The other person is Sammy. Sammy, I think, was the main character because it was basically the story of him. He was the preacher's boy. Smoking Stack's cousin. Miles Catton. I don't know his background, but watching him and knowing that's him off this movie was great. It was really good, and the reason why I say it was really good because I feel with him, he didn't know where he should go to the left side or the right side. He don't know if he should go with this cousin or that cousin. One cousin was staring him out of this life, saying like, "Yo, you could go do something out." He said, "Yo, you can go do something." He's like, "You are very talented. You don't have to be doing these juke joints, messing around with us crooked people." The other one's like, "Yo, come over here. Let's go make some money." So, and I'm not gonna talk about all these other people. Like Cornbread was important because Cornbread was the bouncer, but at the end of the day, Cornbread was the friend of everybody. You know. Um. So let's talk about what this movie was about. So if you don't know the plot of the movie, it was these identical twins that just got out of World War I, named Smokes and Stacks. They returned to Mississippi after spending time in Chicago. Um, since spending time in Chicago and stole money from gangsters. They purchased a juke joint from a racist landlord, and I'm like skimming through it. So, and their cousin Sammy, an inspired guitar player or guitarist, joined them while their father Jebediah told them about the supernatural and the supernatural of the blues. Now they had all these other people, and all these other people are important. Like the Chinese couple, they were the ones that basically that was the that basically were the bar. Well, not the bartender, but they were shopkeepers, and they gave the supplies out. Cornbread was a bouncer, where if anything goes off, he can pop off. Um, is it Mary? Mary is, I think, Stax' ex girlfriend. So, like I said, she could pass as white, but her father was like half black or some shit like that. So, this is where it starts to get funny. It starts to get funny when the Irish immigrant vampires fled, I guess, from the Native American hunters, and he ran up into a Klansman's house, um, and turned her into a vampire so he could have a little team and stuff. But the thing about it, they were looking for they were looking to start a new world, a Fruitopia, where there's no color, there's no hate, there's no reason to hate. It's all everybody loving each other. And some people didn't want to turn. Who wants to be a fucking vampire and turn? But this guy basically, you could say, forced them to become that entity that they didn't want to be, you know? So now they have to survive this guy right here, this vampire, where he's trying to take everybody to, start his new world. There's no black, there's no white, there's just, as they say, love. So it was great watching this, but the tricky thing, the tricky thing that the tricky thing about it was they can't just come up there, run into your joint and start killing. They have to be let in. So if I say, yeah, you could come in, come on in, they could come in, but you can be also killed. They can kill you. They will kill you. So to me, I'm gonna tell you the likes about this. I like this movie, and I'm gonna be personally honest. This is a movie I like this movie out of a lot of movies, and it was It hasn't been a long time to get a good movie like this. Good movie like this. And the reason why, because it took place in 1930s. It wasn't. It wasn't about. Yes, it was about slavery. It was about all of that. But watching this, we forgot about slavery in this movie. It was about basically starting this new world that this guy Ramsey sees. And he's an Irish immigrant, so you know that he was probably he wasn't a slave, but he was a indigenous servant. He hated it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I understand what these people are going through. Yeah, let me turn them so we can start this world and fight together." So I'm gonna say this. This movie, I think, also too, this movie came out at the right time. The reason why I say this movie came out, and I'm sorry to stop and go like jump in and out of things, but this movie came out at the right time, and the reason why it came out at the right time because I feel. Hold on one second. I feel that foundational Black Americans, we. I know what? I'm not gonna give you that theory. I'm gonna say this. What's going on in the world right now, where people are not used to like Black people staying out of things, and people bringing Black Americans into like certain topics and stuff like that. I think this is great. This gives time. This gives a chance for people to appreciate all the stuff that we have done in this world. And the reason why I said in this, hold on one second. And the reason why I say in this world, because at the end of the day, people always stealing what we do. People always stealing what we do. Everybody's always judging us. Oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. You didn't do that. You didn't do this. You didn't create that. And it's great to see all the great stuff that we have done from the 1930s and up. It sucks that it had. It sucks that people can't give us acknowledgement in 2025. Yeah, it's very very bad, but I understand. You know, I love the part where all the spirits of the musics just came at one, and we just seen everything from people being indigenous. I mean, from people being slaves to hip hop to jazz to breakdancing. We even seen Asian culture. We seen other people's cultures. But the thing about it, most of all those musics, 90% of that part was through Black American music, through the blues. Everything I think, and I'm gonna say even go farther than this. I think everything was created through blues and folk music. You know, back in the day, they used to call it nigger music. They used to call it monkey music. Now all of a sudden, it's it's like a delicacy now. This is how people look at it now. They look at it as a delicacy. You know, um, I'm gonna be talking most of the time too, so just hear me out. What I disliked about it, and there's very little bit of stuff I dislike because I love this movie. I actually love this movie. If you didn't see this movie, go see it. Um, I don't think I disliked anything about this movie. I think this movie was probably perfect the way it was and the way it was told. The reason why I say that is because at the end of the day, if anybody has Southerners in your family or in your blood, you understand that these are yo, they're telling the story about our people, where my great grandmothers came from, where my grandmothers come from. That's why I started believing that like all of us came from Africa. Like, yeah, we got African roots, but the ethnogenesis make us indigenous to this land. You know, like why would I talk about Africa if my ancestors built this country? You know, and why is it a problem where when I'm proud of my culture? These are the things we talk about, man. Give me a second. Before we really get into this, I want everybody to like and subscribe and also comment on this. I'm gonna do it right now. We're gonna take 15 minutes. Oh yeah, and share it to a friend as well. Um, that's what I'm doing. Okay, let's get back into it. To me, also, yeah, I liked everything about this. To me, all these characters remind me of somebody. Um, so Mary reminded me of, and I'm gonna say this. Mary reminded me of one of those light skinned women that basically always try to save their husband. I mean, their boyfriend or their husband or the ones that they love from danger, but he's a cold person. Like he's just the wrong person for you, and you know it. That's what I looked at her. I was like, damn. But the thing about it, she could pass as white, you know? And sometimes she gets a little bit more resources than other people because she's lighter than most people. And it's easy to sell her out to the world. You know, and I'm not saying it's bad, but a lot of women, a lot of light-skinned women has that type of, privilege, you know? Like she try to does everything for you. Only thing she wants you to do is be there. But at the end of the day, she has this like God complex problems. Like she's black, but she acts white. You know. And I was trying to really understand this, but you can't. Cause there's so much like, and I'm saying this, cause I see it this way. Don't mean you have to see it this way. Doesn't mean that you don't have to see it this way. You can just look at it any other way. But this is how I see it. I see Remy, the vampire, the Irish immigrant vampire. I see him two ways. I see him as a liberal, like a Democrat, or I see him as a white person. The reason why I see him as a white person, he's white, but just a regular white person is because if you kind of look at like just how white people like try to mingle in. They try to go where black people are. That's where he was, where he was like, oh yeah, can we come to your party and stuff like that and do this and do that? Oh yeah, I heard about your party. This is great. Then they're just coming in and try to steal everything you do, or they get too comfortable. That's what Remy reminded me of. But also, you could look at, but also when you look at his ideology is like, yo, I want to save everybody. You know, everybody can live as one. If you need help, we'll take it from the rich. There's no such thing as black and white. I see you as a human. You know, all those people who attacked you, we're going to attack them. But at the end of the day, he's not telling you everything. He's not telling you why he's doing all of this. Democrats do that shit all the time. And this is why I say, like, yo, he reminds me of a white person with an ideology of a Democrat, kind of. That's why I say he reminds me of two people. But a white person that has an ideology, a white music producer or executive with an ideology of a Democrat, just about. And just that's just how I see it. So um do I see that as a problem? Absolutely, it's a problem. And the reason why that's a problem because at the end of the day, it's just look at Black Lives Matter. We could throw that into this movie because we had these people cosplaying as us saying, no, we had people fighting for us, Black Lives Matter, and it's supposed to be about us, but they throw their self in there. They manipulate the situation so they can control the the situation, you know? And that's why when you see the music and he started looking at the music, he's like, oh shit. Y'all see that? He's like, yo, he's probably looking at it as like, yo, we can make money out of this. We can control. They see what we don't see first. That's what I got out of that whole shit with Remy. He remind me of just a white person with a Democrat mindset. Oh, yo, we could save everybody. Fuck it. We'll kill the Ku Klux Klan too and turn them into us. That's how I looked at it. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And I had to think about it. I'm gonna watch it again tonight, and I'm gonna do a part two. And what was the other girl's name? Is Mary Ole. So Ole reminds me, and I'm gonna say this. Ole reminds me of a strong black woman, a woman. And let me tell y'all something. When niggas always throw that, I hate this. All right, and I'm saying this because I don't see it, but I know people say, "Oh, yo, black women get out of place and stuff." When I see a black woman being strong and stuff and standing by their man's side, and if he talks crazy, he talks crazy back, nigga, that's a strong black woman. But at the end of the day, she's gonna be by your side. Like Ole was talking shit to him. Let me tell you. Let me see what her name is. I'm sorry, I can't do that and not know her name. Um. So Howard X Smoke's wife, Annie. Annie gave him some shit. Don't you go down there doing that. Oh baby, I ain't gonna go do that. She's on some shit like that. But she loved him. When I say she loved him, that's black love. I'll be here when I'll be here for you when I come back. Oh, you want me to come with you? I'll come with you. I'll come with you. The motherfucker was a bit. Let me tell you something. He loved that lady, but he was fucking crooked. That man was crooked. You know, that was the difference between Stacks and Smokes. Like their whole situation. Smokes' wife was like, "Yo, nigga, you need to stay on the right page, my nigga." And Annie's like, "Yo, I'll protect you. I don't need the only person I need is you." There's two different ways. There's two different people dealing with two different things. Now let's talk about Smokes. Um, and I always have to get it right. Smokes. That was the guy who didn't get bit. And this is if you didn't see it. He was the guy. He loved his wife. He was a family man. But he was just very, very fucking crooked. He was crooked. He was very crooked, and I have to say that. I have to say that they were crooked. Um, Stacks, he was cold hearted, but he was a businessman. He knew the money was fucking up. That's why he was like, yo, why the fuck is the money fucking up? He's like, yo, this shit doesn't make sense. We got all this liquor from Chicago. Now, oh, did I do that? Did I do that? Oh shit. Oh, I did do it. My fault, everyone. Um, this motherfucker got all the money from Chicago. I mean, all the liquor from Chicago, and this nigga just wanna like splurge it instead of go with business. But the nigga was stone cold, but he was a great businessman. That was one thing I loved about Smokes because Smokes was a great businessman. I mean, Stacks. Stacks was a great businessman, but he didn't have no fucking heart, man. He didn't have no emotion to anything. And I thought he was the young one. I think he's the younger one out of the twins. So he's just like, yo, businessman, fuck everybody's emotions. That nigga needs to pay. Oh, yeah. But Smokes, I'm going to say it was very reasonable. Smokes was very, very reasonable. The reason why I say he was reasonable, because he understood people. He understood people. He's like, yo, these people just got out of fucking work. All they want to do is probably just have a good time and before they have to go back to work. Then they're going to come back and give us more money. Give us the money. Yes, that's what they're going to do. They're going to give us the money. But at the end of the day, you could tell that there were two different entities. Preacher Boy reminded me, and I'm gonna say this. He reminded me of Robert Johnson. If y'all don't know who Robert Johnson is, Robert Johnson, they say allegedly sold his soul to the devil. I'll show you who he is. So this guy right here is Robert Johnson. They said he sold his soul to the devil. Do I believe it? I ain't gonna lie. I came in contact with the devil before. I have came in contact with the devil before. So, yes, I do believe it. But now you got to understand what devil you came in contact with. I came in contact with spiritual devils. But people can come in contact with yo, you sign this paper, man, I'm gonna make you a star. To me, I only heard of three types of devils. The devil that gives blessings, devil, a spiritual devil, and the devil that can make you something that you are not. But everything has a price. That's the only thing. Give me a second, everyone. Yeah, everything has a price, you know? And I knew about Robert Johnson like years ago, you know? It's crazy. Like, yo, his whole like catalog, and you just look. I seen a documentary on this motherfucker. This is how I knew about him. I knew about him like years ago, and I thought Preacher Boy was Robert Johnson. He reminds me about Robert Johnson. You know, uh, he was lit, but I think he only lived until he was like 27. Let me see. Give me a second, everyone. Yeah, I think yeah. 1911 to 1938. Yeah, he lived into yeah. He sold his soul. Let me tell you something. I think everybody who's a part of the Club 27 sold their soul to the devil. I personally do think that. The reason why, they died so young. They all had some type of problems. We could go to Jimi Hendrix. We could go to Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain. They all had they had some sort type of problems. I even think Otis Red that died was when he was young. Let me see. Reddit. He almost made the club. He almost made the club. He died at 26. So these are the things that we have to understand when watching this shit. And I'm just giving you theories. These are my theories. Another theory I seen was the twin brothers. One twin, one twin is telling preacher boy to go this way, and one preacher go to that way. When I looked at that, I looked at it as that was his guilt. That was his conscience. Those two brothers was his conscience. One brother is saying like, "Yo, get out of here. Go do something good with yourself." The other one's like, "Yo, let's go make some money. Yo, with your gifts, you can make money. Why not make it with your cousins?" The other one's like, "Yo, man, you could go on the road, go play some music for somebody. Like, yo, it ain't gonna be easy, but it's my nigga, you can do it." You know, like even like in the beginning. I mean, when the sun came up, he was like, "Yo, my father told me this guitar is evil and stuff like." He said, "Yo, this guitar right here is like." He said something about the guitar, and now he was like, "No, that was my father's guitar. He was very evil. Our father used to beat the shit out of us. This nigga wasn't a good person. He just all he knew how to do was play this fucking guitar." He's like, "Yo, get rid of that motherfucker. That shit is evil." He told him, he's like, "Yo, that shit's fucking evil, my nigga." He told him the truth. As the other cousin, he would have kept on letting him play the fucking guitar because niggas is making money. He's like, "Yo, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense." That's how the other brother was looking at it. "Nigga, let's have a good time." The other one, he's like, "Nigga, I just lost everybody." And the other dude didn't even understand. He's like, "Yo, the dude, preacher boy didn't even know, like, yo, he lost everything. He lost his girlfriend. He's about to go back home, tell his father, 'Yo, look what fucking happened to me.' Then his father's like, 'Yo, get rid of that shit. That shit is evil. I told you about messing around with that hoodoo shit, nigga. That's supernatural music. This is what this blues is like, nigga. We've been doing it ever since. Nigga, we've been doing it from. Nigga, we've been fucking around with that music forever. The devil's gonna come for you, my nigga.' Then what's his name? The nigga with the piano guy. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna tell you my theory about him. Delta Slim. So with Slim was trying to warn the cousins. Is like, "Yo, my nigga, don't go around fucking with that music. Like, nigga, look at me. I lost everything. I lost everything." And the other cousin's like, "Yo, we about to put you back on. This is the cousin, the bad conscience, the cousin who got the bad conscience. Yo, I'm gonna put you on. Don't worry, we got you." Like, nigga, I've been down this road. This shit is not a pretty road. We're gonna run into the devil, nigga. We're gonna run into these people that we don't want to fuck with. I love this music, but at the end of the music, this music took a lot out of me. This is what he's telling them. This is a drug, nigga. Oh man, you what? He was like a young nigga, like yo, nigga, maybe he was doing it wrong. No, no, no. I'm gonna go on this road with you, yo. You could, you know what he did? He did what the devil usually do. Hey yo, I'll give you the here, man. I'll give you some money here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here's some money, and you could drink all the beer you want, all the Irish or the what he said, all the Chicago beer you want. Fuck it, let me get busy. And he wasn't probably not making shit, but he was on his low. But nigga, shit takes a process. If you go fast, nigga, you gonna fuck up somewhere somehow. Like even with cornbread. Cornbread was a cotton picker. He was a field worker. That nigga was like, yo, I just had a wife. I just had a wife, you know. We doing fine over here, you know. She pregnant. He was like, yo. And this is the cousin. This is was it Smoke? Hold on. I'll tell you. It's Stacks. Stacks was the one who was telling you like, yo, yeah. Yo, come over here. Yo, we all gonna make money over here. Let niggas know that like, yo, we got a juke joint opening. He said, yo, we got the best beer. Yo, niggas is making money. You might not even have to work here no more. Niggas was like, dude was like, nah, I don't know. Then after that, let me tell you how God can give you something and God can always take it from you. This is the one thing I got from it. Preacher Boy, the girl that he liked. Hold on, what was her name? Let me find the chick's name. I think her name was Jamae. Let me see. I think her name was like Jamae something. I'll figure it out. Hold on. I'm gonna look her up. Yeah, it was Jamae. She was beautiful there. That picture of her was beautiful. You know, I'm gonna say this about Jamae. She played a good role. And the reason why I say she played a good role is because she played Preacher Boy's girlfriend or mistress. Like they loved each other. They had great chemistry, and I love that about Jamae. Jamae had great chemistry. Let me see. Yeah, they had great chemistry, and how to explain it? She had great chemistry. She understood that, like, yo, you know what? This might not last forever. Because I think she was married. I don't know if she was married, but I knew that she was a part of it. She was like, you know, she was doing her thing, you know? Let me go back to Sinners. Yada. Sinners. All right, there we go. Yeah, Jamae played a very important part. I'm gonna say this. Uh, Jamae, she was the one like, oh yo, I really like this girl. Like Preacher Boy really liked her. He was going out and beyond for her, and she seen that he was great. And what brought them even closer was music. But what happened was God took that shit away from him. He took her away from him. You know? And the reason why he took her away from him because at the end of the day, he's like, nigga, I told you about this fucking guitar. I told you about this evil shit. He was like, oh no, let me see what's out here. Let me see what's out here. Let me tread a little bit more. Let me tread a little bit more. You know, it's to me it was always a weird situation because give me a second. I'm gonna say this. She already seen the greatness of him. That's why she kept on going back, kept on going back, kept on going back. Not knowing that, like, yo, this might be, yo, I'm playing with hot water. I heard about this music, but I want to sing too. I'm not gonna let my dream die. I think if she would have survived, she would have went on tour with him or something. But the thing about it, I think they were there for each other for the wrong reasons. Because they were playing in the devil's workshop. God was like, yo, let me take one of these motherfuckers away. She took him away. Then after that, what was super dope, and I'm gonna tell you my theory about this one. The native vampire hunters. They were Native Americans. I could see them in this movie, and they played a very important part, even though it was like probably like a minute and a half long, if that. What was so important about that was that they were telling people like, "Yo, these fucking people, if you let this motherfucker in your house, y'all niggas is gonna die." He's like, I'm not trying to hurt you or anything. I'm trying to save you right now. And these were claingsmen, a claingsman and a claimswoman. All they seen was this white man like, I need help. Here, I give you money. That greed fucked them up. I give you money. Hey. I don't even need it. I just want to survive. They coming. They don't see that the motherfucker was burning up and everything. You know? That's why he was like, let me in, can you let me in? Once she said, oh yeah, come on in, she fucked up. He would have stayed the fuck out there and burned and died. We wouldn't be talking about this shit. You know? I'm gonna tell you my theory. And my theory about the good and the evil. I looked at Preacher Boy as the main character. And the reason why he was the main character, because he was the pure one. He was the preacher's son. And he's starting to figure out that this world was a very evil place. Was a very fucking evil place. And when these people was like, oh, yo, can I come into the party? This reminded me of like, you know how niggas always be like, oh, yo. Oh, yeah, that white boy, he be going to the cookout. He's the nigga who be at the cookouts. Who be at the cookouts. Those type of people. Sorry. Those type of people be at the cookouts. And you gotta be scared of those type of people. Those people who you say, oh, those are your boys, that's your man. Those are killers, my nigga. Those are the niggas that's basically trying to undermine you and hurt you. I'm gonna be personally honest. Give me a second. I gotta fix my light. But yeah, those are the people that be trying to hurt people. And that's what it symbolized. Stop letting all these white people come to your cookout, into your culture shit. Because when it comes to their shit, they're not gonna let you in there. And that's what that was that whole theory was about. Another theory was, look at the black people. Oh, yo, you gonna let me in? We family. We over here. We kinfolk. Your skinfolk ain't your kinfolk all the time. Those shits reminded me, that was the symbol of tetherism. Niggas who look like you, but they're not you. They're not from your nationality. They're not tapped in. That's what that meant. So you got to figure out who these motherfuckers is. That's what that shit was about. That shit was about like know who are those people? Who are these niggas? Did you invite these? Nah, I don't know them white people. Who this is? See, Cornbread, that's you? Yeah, man. Aren't y'all gonna let me in? Hold on, wait a minute, my nigga. You too big to be asking me, am I gonna let you in? Nigga, wasn't you just here? Why you asking me to let you in? Cause y'all in the way. You couldn't say excuse me? That's the type of bullshit. I seen that shit. And that shit go, let me tell you something. That's that hoodoo shit. These dead walkers. I mean, these night walkers. Hey, yo, can I come to the party? Come on, let me in. That's what that shit symbolized. Hey, yo, come into the cookout. Come to the cookout. Telling niggas, come to the cookout. All my aunties and my uncles gonna be there. Who let the white boy in here? Oh, I did, you know. Yo, you even know this nigga like that. Why you letting him into the party? And like, you gotta look at it. It's not a race thing, it's a culture thing. It has always been a culture thing. I'm just fixing the light in, everybody. All right, there we go. It always has been a culture thing. So it's not because they're white. No, it's a culture thing. It always has been a culture thing. You can't let everybody come into your culture. And this is where shit gets funky. The person that they were hanging out with were Asian. They couldn't deal with the culture. Let me tell you something. Certain other cultures can jeopardize everybody's shit, everybody's bullshit. Everybody's bullshit, it could be fucked up. Look what they did. That Asian girl got mad. That Asian girl couldn't take it and she let all the motherfuckers in. She let all the motherfuckers in. Like Remy and them niggas, they symbolize culture vulture. They were culture vultures. They were trying to steal all their vision of music and their spirituality of everything. That's why you got Vlad. That's why you got Adam 22. That's why you even got fucking academics to a certain extent. He don't understand the culture like that. Drake, he didn't understand the culture. He was the vampire. He was the one who had the same skin but got turned out, who got turned into the vampire. That's what that tethering was. You look like us, but you're not us. That's what that shit was really about. You got to figure out who's a part of that in that circle, man. It has always been like that. And I'm gonna say this. With what's homie's name? With Sammy. Sammy was the one who controlled all the music. He was the one that, like, yo, they seen the vision of the ancestors. They seen the devil's workshop. They just needed him because at the end of the day, they could go farther with him. He was a very important piece. He held the culture of the ancestors. He knew everything. If they could control Sammy, they don't need everybody else. That's why he's like, yo, I want to see your visions. I want to hear your music. That's why they were going crazy, yo. They were jizzing everywhere and stuff. Oh, man, they probably busting nut listening to that fucking music, man. Seeing that vision, like, oh, my God. This man is doing this? This motherfucker is a star and he don't even know it. That's what he was saying. You are a star and you don't even know it yet. You know how scary that shit is? It's fucking petrifying. But that's what the theories was, man. Keep these white people out, keep these white bitches. Well, with the girl, Mary, she thought she could get in where she fit in everywhere because she was white, but she wasn't. She was white to white people, but the black people already knew that she was black. Her father was half black. That's why when Sammy found out, he's like, yo, I knew you ever since you was a little kid, my nigga. I'm Mary. Oh, you Stacks is Mary. Oh, your Smokes is Mary. You know? And for the twins, I'm going to tell you my theory of the twins. My theory of the twins is a little bit crazy. They were to me, they were always the product of their environment. Instead of like, yo, working on yourself, just like, yo, I just accept it. It is what it is. As niggas always say, nigga, life it is what it is. If I die, I die tomorrow. Instead of like, damn, man, you know what? I can fix my life. You know? Like, the twins been with each other forever because I don't know if it's Smokes or Stacks. One was always protecting the other. That's why he was so hard on the other brother. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Oh, yo, I thought it was gonna be easier this way and stuff like that, this and that. Why you bringing your wife here? I'm bringing my wife. You know, she's gonna work the bar. You know, he's a crooked nigga. Like, yo, I love my wife, and my wife was always down for me. If I fuck up, she catches me. He couldn't do that with Mary. The other one couldn't do that with Mary because Mary don't give a fuck. Mary's like, yo, I'll be 10 toes down with you. Doesn't matter. Fuck it. If you want to fuck up, fuck up. But make sure let them bitches know that I'm gonna be here for you. All the other motherfucker wanted to do is have a business. That's why when the twin got turned, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be turned. Because there's no such thing as racism. There was no such thing as oppression. That twin really didn't go through anything. Because his brother was always protecting him. His brother was always there. You know? That's why when he tried to turn his brother, he couldn't turn his brother in. He's like, yo, that's why he said, I'm sorry I failed you. I'm sorry that I failed you. You know, because their mother always said, like, yo, protect your brother. Like every parent, protect your brother. If I'm going, protect him. Protect your sister. You know? Um, like the vampires, not Remy, but the others, they reminded me of tethers, like people from other countries that undermine Black America. When Black America does something, they be like, "Oh, yo, we don't need that. We fine over here." It's like the house niggas and field niggas. The niggas that's doing all the work saying like, yo, we need to get out of there. But the niggas who's in the house just chilling, laughing with the master, they good, they fine. We fine over here. Hey master, they acting out outside. That's what that shit was about, and like just the theories of things. It's just fucking nuts. To me, to this day, it still blows my mind just to understand like how these people act. Like, yo, we supposed to be together. That's why the guy, what's his name? Was it Smokes? Smokes was like, nah, I don't want to be turned. You know, he's like, yo, I'd rather go through all this crazy shit than I'd rather go through all this crazy shit. That's why they got mad at Smokes when he killed his wife. He had to put a stake in his wife because they bit her. They bit her. He was like, yo, we're saving her. We're saving her. She don't got to go through racism no more. She don't got to go through none of that shit anymore. But she was like, yeah, nah. She said she rather die than sell her soul to the devil. To be another slave. That was the whole message. She rather die than to be another slave. And I understood it. Like, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I'm not being no fucking slave to these white people. These white people are the devil. That's how she looked at it. All this bullshit they're gonna put us in. Now you want me to turn to a vampire? I can't see no sun, the light of day ever again. Nah, fuck that. Got me fucked up. You know? And those are just my theories of it. I will say this. Um these hidden gems is very crazy. And like this is why I say I always see things this way. I see things as even with the KKK, there were two different types of evil. There were vampire evil and there were KKK evil. KKK's evils, it represents the world and how they see black folks. The vampires the vampires evil is like, yo, we're gonna turn you into a vampire and you're gonna live with love. There's no more racism. You get freedom. This is your new freedom. You don't got a choice. You gotta be part of this world. We're gonna kill off all the KKK. Fuck them niggas. And that's how you look at it. My give me a second. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Um yeah, but that was his thing. He was gonna turn all the KKK into vampires. They were, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna give you my theory before I end. I'm gonna land here and I'm gonna tell you what my theory of this movie is. My theory of this movie was about Sammy. Like I told you, Sammy was the inspired guitar, um, music, inspiring guitarist. His brothers consider his brother. I mean, his two cousins was a good conscience, was his bad conscience. His other cousin was telling, "Yo, get out of here, go, nigga. Your daddy's telling you right. Go listen to your dad. You are a preacher man. You're a son of a preacher." The other one, "Yo, let's go make some money. Yo, I know you know how to fuck with that guitar." So he chose Stax. Stax was the one who's telling them wrong. "Yo, come and play this music. We'll make you some money. We're gonna be the biggest thing ever." Yo, this is your life right here. You about to get it in. Um, then after that, he seen everything that he could get from it. He got this girl that he was fucking with that gave him some ass. People loved him. He was getting everything he want until these fucking devils came. He kicked everybody out. His brother, he just seen that his cousin that told him, "Yo, let's go make some money," get bitten by a vampire. And he still didn't see the signs. This motherfucker didn't see the signs and almost got bitten himself. He survived and he had another choice. Yo, God gave him a second chance. Gave him a second chance. The cousin already took. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill all these KKK members because they're the reason why we're in this fucking situation. These motherfuckers sold me this shit with these vampires and they knew." So he popped them and he died. But his father was like, "Yo, let go of the guitar. This shit's the devil. That's that devil music where if you don't play it properly, this shit can happen to you again. This shit can happen to you again. Trust me, I know." He had two signs. Delta told him, like, "Yo, this is the devil's hot. Yo, you taking the devil's road. Let me see if you can play." He told him, like, "Yo, this is the devil, man. The devil's gonna come and find you because he knows you could play this music." He said, "The devil looked for me before. This is why I'm an alcoholic. I'm a bum. I feel like I lost everything. I don't have anything." You know? Then you look. Then after that, he didn't let go of the guitar. He kept on doing what he was doing. It's because it came back. He's like, "Yo, you look like you're about to die, man." He's like, "Yo, you don't have to die. You could be one of us." He's like, "No, I'm fine the way I am. I know I'm sick. I know I got a lot of health problems, but I don't want to be one of y'all." Cousin's like, "Okay." They laugh. And they start reminiscing. He's like, "Yo, the best time of my life was when I was with y'all, when I had both of y'all." He's like, "It was before when y'all, was it the vampires attacked y'all and stuff like that. That was after that." He's like, "Yo, my life never really been the same. This music doesn't make him happy like they used to." He thought what he was getting was what he was fighting for. That's why he didn't quit. He was like, "Nah, I could do this a different way now." All he just did was evil different way. That's why he was heartbroken. He lost everybody. He had the fame, he had money, but he didn't have anything. He had nobody. His family probably don't fuck with him because they were Christian. Their family was, his father was a preacher. His father was like, "Yo, I can't fuck with my son, man. If he's doing this devil shit, nah." I'm gonna land there, everybody. But this was a good movie. I'm gonna tell y'all to go see it. This was to me 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, and I'm gonna watch it tonight, and I'm gonna talk, and I'm gonna take notes, and we're gonna do another redo, update review. But y'all take.